Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laurent. I'm gonna watch The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, Season 2, Episode 6, final episode of this Season 2, Backseat. We're gonna say goodbye to Daryl and surely also to Carol for some times. I'm excited to see what is gonna happen during this episode, even if I have some clues about it, some theories about it, with the fact that already before the previous episode I told you that the previous episode would be about finding Laurent, having Laurent with them, and that this episode would be about getting on the plane, getting out of France, all of that. With how ended the previous episode, with the fact that not the four of them can go on that plane, with the fact that clearly Ash was mad for what Carol said, or more for how much Carol lied to him. For this episode, I can imagine conversations between Carol and him, and for the solution about how can they get out, escape and come back in France, in fact for me it means that one of them is gonna stay in France because that person is gonna be killed, or because that person is gonna choose to stay in France. If it's because that person is gonna get killed, it can be Laurent, but I would be surprised because they already killed Isabelle, they already killed, a lot of people. With everything that they created around that kid, I would find that really weird and also really bad, like a lack of imagination and a lack of respect for the characters that themselves they created to eliminate Laurent. But it's a possibility. I prefer to keep it as a possibility because again they eliminated all of the other characters that they created during the season on, so maybe Laurent is gonna be the one also to get killed. I'm afraid also for Carol, the fact that since she was introduced into this season 2, Carol, each thing that we had about her character only, it was about the fact that she's haunted by Sophia who died like that, all of the story about the barn. She's really fighting with that memory, she's fighting with the idea of losing a kid, she's fighting about the idea that she's responsible of it, she's feeling ashamed of it, she's mad and sad about it. So there is a part of me who thinks that maybe a closure for that story could be for Carol to save Laurent from the same thing, like a situation during which Laurent is that close to die, to be killed, by a dead, and Carol is gonna intervene, sacrifice herself to save Laurent. So, not all of them can take the plane. One is gonna stay or one is gonna die. If one is gonna die, Laurent for the reason that I said, Carol for the reason that I said. If one is gonna stay, it can be Laurent for also the reasons, the fact that he's connected truly to France, he's French, everything about it. And if not Laurent, I'm thinking of Daryl. The fact that this season 2 was named the Book of Carol, it can let me think that Carol is gonna stay only for the season 2, we're not gonna have her for the season 3. So if it's the case, I can imagine that maybe Carol can live with Ash and Laurent, and Daryl is gonna stay all by himself in France, and the next season it's gonna be about him finding another way out of France to come back to US. It can be something like that. So I have these theories. If they are all leaving, they're gonna need to find another plane. But it's weird, if really they will find another plane, I would be suspicious about it, is it truly logical? Apparently it's something that everyone wants. French people would be really, really bad and stupid if they didn't find that big plane that all guys are gonna find during this episode. Again, if it's the case, if they're gonna find another plane. I'm thinking other possibilities, it could be what? other possibilities than that. They're gonna leave France in another way with a boat? No, they are far from that distance and all. No. More than one person are gonna stay or die? We need Ash. No matter what, for the plane, we need Ash. Maybe Ash can live with Laurent and Daryl and Carol can stay in France. It can be a possibility. They're gonna save the kid, he's gonna be far away, so he's not gonna be threatened anymore, and we're gonna close all of that story about that kid being the Messiah, everything about it. Ash, it would be a good closure also for his character, the fact that he lost a son and he's coming back home with a kid that he's gonna take care of. It would mean that Carol and Daryl are gonna stay in France. I would be interested by that, it would be cool. But really, I don't know what they're gonna do in France or in Europe, maybe the rest of Europe, if it's the case. They're gonna need to find another way out to come back to US. We'll see. But see, I already imagined all of these possibilities. No matter what, all of this episode, it's gonna be about leaving France, how many, all of that. And that I guessed it before the previous episode. That this season would be built like that. But now I'm not so sure anymore that everyone truly is gonna leave France. To talk a little about this season, this entire season, I thought that it was great, in particular 2 episodes, the episodes 3 and 4, which were so well done, written, good looking on screen and all, it was really cool. For sure, for the story, the narrative arcs, it's surprising and a little shocking that they chose to eliminate Isabelle, to eliminate Jeunet, to eliminate Laurent, like to eliminate all of the things that they created during the season 1. It's almost like, okay, we did the season 1, we created a lot of characters, a real background, a real story, a real personality and all for all of them, but well, we want to begin from zero again, so we're closing everything. That's why I'm so sure of the fact that they're all gonna leave, because you can't erase everything like that if it's not to leave things behind, you know, and to create something entirely new for the season 3. So it was well done, well written, good looking on screen, shocking decisions, but logical if they truly do things like I think that they're gonna do them. I was never against really their choices. I was against how Sylvie died, but that was the only thing. The choice of killing her, I was not against it, it was more how they did it. So yeah, this final episode, not a surprise what is gonna happen during it, but I think that we're gonna have a surprise about the conclusion, who is gonna stay or who is gonna die. We'll see about it. Okay, let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want, you have my Patreon on which you have a longer reaction part with the level 2 and the full reaction part with the level 3. If you appreciate it to spend this season of Daryl Dixon with me, you can sub to my Patreon, even if it's just for 1 month, you know, to thank me a little, and you're gonna have these advantages in exchange. If not, you can support me over there on YouTube by liking, commenting, subscribing, all of that. You know that for YouTube it's what counts, you know, to help for maybe my channel to be finally considered by YouTube. It would be so great. Okay guys, let's go for this episode.
You're not coming, are you?
You're gonna stay?
Stay behind.
I said it, one of you has to stay or to die. You?
You want to talk about it? Why? Why don't you change your mind? It's only temporary.
You need to teach him how to
What does it feel like, Father?
to drive
Go
a
to
bike.
America. I'll make it back. Can't promise that.
You can.
Hey, look at me. I can't promise that. I'm gonna see you again. Alright?
You're gonna stay. It makes sense with the fact that the season 2 it's the book of Carol, meaning that she wouldn't stay with you also for season 3. But we're really gonna close the Laurent story.
Always get
I'm glad. In a way, I'm glad.
Try sometime. It's just not fun. Georgie.
Oh my dear. Oh wow.
How's it looking?
Bad, like your lies.
I want you to know that I won't be coming with you. I want you to take Daryl and the boy.
You need to talk with Daryl.
Why should I help any of you?
They both want to sacrifice themselves. Is it a surprise?
You want to punish me, I get it. But you won't be doing any worse than I'm already doing to myself. Please don't take it out on them.
From that kid especially. For sure you're gonna leave and Laurent is gonna leave. I'm sure of it more and more, but which other one is gonna come with you?
L'avion, il est où?
Qu'est-ce que ça peut te foutre?
You?
Ah non, il est pas mort, Jacques. Serge Jacinta la nièce que la prophétie se réalise.
With Jacinta? Oh bah.
Ils sont partis entre-temps.
Aucun avion dans le ciel ces 2 derniers jours. Alors? Donc quoi? Il faut qu'on tue ton pote?
So what? She said. Good job! You're good. From that distance, she managed to do it.
Et mec.
Combien Dixon? C'est comme ça.
Be careful to not be followed.
What is it?
What happened to his parents? Laurent? He's an orphan.
See?
I'm sorry about your kid.
In fact, he cares about him. But just
I was
him.
there when she lost Sophia. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
It isn't. A wife or a husband, you're a widow or a widow. If you lose a kid, there's no word for that.
Maybe that's too hard of a thing to name.
You got kids?
No.
You have kids. They are not your kids, but you have kids. Judy's.
No, we're about playing.
One of them.
You know, we came here to save a kid. We still can.
Are they both gonna stay, Daryl and Carol? I can't imagine that one is gonna accept for the other one to sacrifice him or herself without staying also.
I know they have an airplane. Help me find them or your friend's pretty face goes next. This is why I don't make friends. I don't give without getting something good in return.
Ah, he wants a deal. Oh, she's really good and could be a good villain. Which is too great with us for that.
To go home. Back where my people are. And help me find the boy. I get the plane. And the pilot.
So, this way. We'll be able to... Oh, this tells us how high we are.
See, you appreciate the kid.
Pretty good with him, huh?
Yeah. He is.
Yeah. Brought you something?
No way.
Hmm?
You love this all the way here?
Well, he allowed one carry-on, so... Daryl, listen.
Look, I know what you're gonna say. You ain't staying.
She's gonna tell him the same.
Tell me so.
I'm gonna get you home, even if it means me staying behind, because if anything happens to you, I'm not gonna be able to live with myself.
He's right. Daryl's a get walker on the ground. He knows how to survive. And you know the plane. You can help me.
Looks like you're outnumbered.
Like she's gonna accept. Do I know Carol better than you, Daryl? She's your sister, I'm not, like...
Easy, fellas. Easy. Just sent us to the lodge. They're coming for Laurent.
You ready to fly?
She's gonna jump. She's gonna make you think that she's going with you, but she's gonna jump. She's not gonna accept for Daryl to stay here.
It doesn't look like it used to.
Laurent?
It will be pain to forget. Someday. I hope you get to go home soon. So, which way? Through the garage. We'll take you to the track.
Maybe at the end you're gonna do something to help. She's really cool, her character. I would be really sad if they're eliminating her. But the fact that they want to eliminate everything that they created in season 1, I'm like, oh, maybe, in fact. That's why I think that Laurent is gonna live no matter what, or be dead. No matter what, we're not gonna have Laurent in season 3. But are we gonna stay with only Daryl, or Daryl and Carol? Carol wanted to learn no. This show is named The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. Run, my dear, run. Forget what I said. Now we're killing everything that they created, everyone that they created. You're gonna die also. Yes, you're gonna die. I didn't pay attention enough. Yes, you're gonna die. Sooner or later. They're gonna kill also Codron and Falou. If our guys stay in France 1 or 2, they need at least one friend like Falou or Codron. Carol? For Carol to accept that, I'm giving my girl 10 seconds to consider the consequences of what is happening right there, living without Daryl, and then she's gonna jump.
We good?
She's gonna jump now.
Yeah, we're good.
I know my girl. I know my girl. She can't accept for Daryl to sacrifice himself like that. Or to leave him behind. Show me the inside of the plane. Now. Show me inside of the plane. She's not there. It's only Ash and Laurent. It's only Ash and Laurent. She's not there! I said it, both of you needed to leave for sure. You because you're the only one who can drive that plane, and Laurent because they needed to close that story also. Have an happy life, Laurent. Be a normal kid, please. That's a good end for her character. At least she's choosing her end.
Ce serait nous, on avait dans l'air.
Ah, c'est mignon, l'Angleterre.
Non, non. Je suis allée à Londres quand j'étais petite, et mon maturité
Je peux venir, tu sais.
Ah, je sais pas, j'aime Paris. Je sais pas, il y a un truc spécial qui survit ici, et j'espère toujours retrouver Jamila.
No.
You're gonna leave for London?
It's Fiona and Angus. They will be our guides to the islands.
See.